It's The Jack Show with Jack Stockton, celebrating everything entertainment. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of your favorite celebrity interviews, red carpet premieres, and award shows. From New York to Los Angeles, The Jack Show covers fashion, film, music, and television.
The Jack Show is produced and sponsored by HSMC.
Hi everybody and welcome to The Jack Show. Today is a really cool day because I know at home this is going to help a lot of you that are dealing with physical stress, fatigue, poise and posture issues. What a lot of us don't understand at home is the way that we move, all the muscles that we use have a lot to do with our spine, and I didn't realize this until I met one man. His name is Richard Baum, and he's joining me now to explain all of you how important and introduce you to Freedom Stretch. Richard, how are you?
Great, Jack. Thanks for having me over here on the show.
Thank you so much for taking the time. You know, we spent some time together over the last couple weeks,
Yes.
and what some of you at home don't know is I participated in Freedom Stretch because I believe in it so much that I have become a Freedom Stretcher too. Tell my audience what Freedom Stretch is and some of the benefits.
Okay, so Freedom Stretch is a series of movements which is designed to activate all the muscles of the upper body. We want to teach the body to engage all the muscles, the deeper muscles, as well as the more developed primary muscles. And in a lot of cases, the primary muscles are overused, overdeveloped to the neglect of the deeper supporting muscles. And so we want to activate all these muscles so that the whole upper body, and that's primarily what we're focused on, is going to be activated.
And that can be applied to all of my fellow wakeboarders, all my fellow snowboarders, all the way up to senior citizens, because you might find yourself doing an activity or a sport, and then the next day you have an area of pain that's isolated, and you're telling our audience right now it's because they're not interconnecting all the muscles to make that work. They're focused on this primary muscle that's taking the stress that really it shouldn't be doing by itself.
Absolutely. The body is designed in a very miraculous way. We have a whole intricate web of muscles that is meant to be used together simultaneously. So I discovered that, well, for my own purposes originally, but also that for the benefit of others, that by activating all the muscles through a series of exercises, and we have it's not just a few exercises, we have 25, so it actually forms a program where we're going to activate all the muscles of the upper body, and we're going to teach you not only to use them, we're not going to use them individually so much, as we're going to use them as one set of muscles supporting the other. So we're going to teach them how to activate these muscles on the horizontal plane, the vertical plane, and the diagonal plane, so that no matter what they're doing, whether it's sports or any daily activities, they're going to be prepared to be as strong and as well-functioning as possible.
Absolutely. You're gonna find less stress, less fatigue in your movements. What really surprised me are the exercises are so natural, and you use one tool in these exercises, all 25 exercises, and the way that you have set this up is each individual at home, you can do 5 exercises at a time, you can do 10, you can do all 25. It's really up to you on what you can handle, but the simplicity of the movements, it's made for everyone.
It is indeed, and it's also possible to regulate the intensity of the workout depending on how you're feeling that day, or depending on your level of athleticism, or you may have been sedentary for a long time and you want to start out slowly, and that is fine because we're going to build on what you do from day 1 to day 5 to day 10. We're going to build on that, and so we're going to get you activated, get these muscles firing off together, and get you stronger and get you more capable of bringing out your full potential.
You know, Richard, there's nothing more sincere for people that have elderly family members. And when you see a family member that's in chronic pain, all the time, and they've taken medications for years, still doesn't work, or they have to higher the dosage in order to get rid of the pain. This is really fantastic because what you all don't know at home, you are now, is it's available on DVD. You've got a booklet that comes with it. It's also available on Venmo.
Yes, Venmo, yeah.
Venmo, okay? So there are so many different options for you at home to be able to order this. We're gonna have some more information when we come back because he wants to talk to you about how important your spine is and how the spine is core. Guys, take a look at Richard and what he's created. Take a look at this.
I had dislocated my shoulder for the 3rd time, and I wanted an alternative to surgery, something to strengthen my arm that I could do every day that would be easy and accessible.
When I first did it, it didn't feel like such a workout, but then the next day, all the muscles in my back were just, they're sore, like it was a workout.
It's something that's gonna work every part of your body, your muscles. You're going to find a whole new group of muscles that are going to benefit from it.
Having him here and doing the subtleties of little postures, like shoulders like 1/4 inch, and it turns like a whole nother workout.
All body movement is intended to be done using a wide range of muscles and not relying on a few sets of muscles which become overly developed and the others atrophy. We can't have proper movement without proper posture. And proper posture actually is predicated on us being able to use and sequence all the muscles of our body. Proper posture is achieved by drawing the chin up towards the cervical vertebrae and by slightly using the muscles around the shoulder blades to push forward towards the thoracic spine. That induces a sort of an uplifting effect and allows us to feel our core again, which is our spine. Vertical neck movement should be centered around C1 and C2. A lot of people make this mistake of making C7 down here the focal point of their movement. And this leads to the dreaded development of the hump, which many people have and which not only doesn't look good, but also can cause serious problems to the discs later on in life. I've put together 25 exercises which you can do in about 10 minutes every morning. And this will not only start to straighten your spine, strengthen the muscles around the spine, but also give you the feeling that you just had a great massage. Freedom Stretch is going to help you not only move better and participate in your activities better, but it's going to create a better posture for you. The 5 areas of muscles that we are primarily using are across the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulder, the underside, the back of the arm, the sides, and all the way along the spine, all the way down to the lower back. The more experience you get doing Freedom Stretch exercises, the more you're going to be able to feel you're using muscles in all these 5 regions. You'll actually be able to feel these muscles and actually discover new ways of moving, extending during the process of your daily activity.
Closed captioning provided by
Cover Solo Salon and Head Spa, a sanctuary of relaxation where every detail is crafted to calm your senses and revitalize your spirit. While fusing the artistry of beauty with the science of wellness, we create a transformative experience for both your hair and overall well-being. Solo Salon and Head Spa is a uniquely private full-service salon. At our salon and head spa, we specialize in precision lighting, expert color transformations, and comprehensive scalp care. Let us introduce you to our state-of-the-art scalp analysis machine designed to provide in-depth insights to the health of your scalp and hair. What are you waiting for? Call Solo Salon and Head Spa at 530-588-4030, located at 240 Main Street, Suite 180 in downtown Chico.
Before going to commercial break, I had let you all know that the DVDs are available for order. You can go to freedomstretch.com.
Yes.
You can also find the link on thejackshow.com. We're going to have a link there as well.
Thank you so much.
And for any of you who tried Freedom Stretch, please reach out to The Jack Show. You can find the email there. Let us know your experience because we'd like to add that over the year as we watch Richard and the growth of Freedom Stretch. This is something I think that the whole world is going to catch up on. Not that you haven't traveled the world. Tell us just a little bit about your travels and your experience in other cultures, because I know how you say America's kind of lost their posture.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So, I mean, I was in Japan for 7 years. I mean, I studied acupuncture there. And the lifestyle is very different, although they are very on the go, very much in a hurry. You know, they do many activities that Americans, for example, don't do. I would say 70 or 80% of Japanese are involved in one or more activities, such as martial arts or, you know, various types of things. And so they do keep active. When I travel, for example, if I've been to Central America, South America, when I'm in an airport waiting and for my plane transfer and all that, I watch people walk. And so I was amazed. In Central America, South America, they walk so well because of the soccer playing that they do. And you have to have a very good posture to play soccer. And so I was very impressed by that as well. So those are a couple of the things I noticed.
Well, I'll tell you, you've taken little tiny techniques from all of these places that you've traveled around the world, China, Japan, all of these wonderful places. Thank you so much for bringing this to not just the Jack Show, but to every single one of you watching. Because like I said, when you have a loved one that's in pain and medications aren't helping, it's almost like they're treating the symptom instead of the problem.
Yes.
But we had mentioned something before break, and that was spine is core. Now listen, for all of you workout enthusiasts, those who go to the gym, those who are active in sports, this is actually for you. This is gonna help you when you're doing weightlifting, when you, like I said, wakeboarding, snowboarding, tennis, all of these activities. When you are in line and you're not just relying on one primary muscle, but you are, I want to talk about the spine, the core, and the 360 degrees. Let's go.
Okay, well, your body, I mean, the spine is the core of your body. We have different concepts. For example, martial arts or other sports where we want to generate a lot of energy, a lot of force really quickly, and we go to the lower abdomen to do that. But that is only a temporary center, a temporary core of energy development. The spine is always there. So the spine is what gives us structure, the spine is what gives us energy, the spine is what really our intelligence, you know, moves through. So the spine cannot be overemphasized on how important it is that all our activities, when we're doing them, we recognize that our spine is central to everything.
And Richard is smart, you guys, because in these exercises and in these training, he's going to explain to you the neurological functions that have everything to do with your spine. So somebody who has nerve, again, you're going to see, right before we go to commercial break here, you're going to see that I went to the gym and I did the freedom stretch because I have a nerve pinch in my shoulder. And that has to do with once I am alleviating focus on one muscle and allowing the 360 degrees of my spine to help, instead of just doing one movement with this arm, I'm actually allowing my whole body to do that movement.
So I like to say that with freedom stretch, we can activate 360 degrees of muscle around the spine. When we're able to do that, the spine is kind of centered and the muscle tone around the spine becomes very, very balanced, holding us in our natural structural position of good posture. This can help correct imbalance in postural alignment. This can help correct chronic areas of injury. And so there's so much that this can deal with. And we were talking about weightlifters or athletes, and that it's a great warm-up for you. But also, when you start to discover what your spine is really all about, you can do your heavy weightlifting while protecting your spine.
And building all the muscles that go around it, not just the biceps or not just one. You know, I want to talk after this commercial break because, again, I want to address you at home. I want to address the things that all of us are dealing with when we have elderly parents. I know equilibriums and things like this. There's a lot of fall risk
Yes.
when it comes to elderly, and it's primarily, and now that I've met you and I'm introduced to this exercise, I think it has a lot to do with focusing on their core to balance out, and it will help with their security when walking.
Exactly, and you just said core, and we're not talking about this core, we're talking about spine as a core.
And we're gonna talk more about that when we come back, but guess what? I told you I'm a freedom stretcher. Take a look at me at Freedom Stretching. Hi everybody, and welcome to Freedom Stretch. Now I am so excited and I want to become a freedom stretcher. Joining me today is the one and only Richard Baum. Now Richard has created his own fitness workouts to show you all at home why it's so important that we focus on our spines, because the spine, as you say, is the core to pretty much everything. Are you ready to get started?
Oh, let's get started. Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much, Richard Baum, for all of your expertise in training, and we hope that all of you become
Freedom Stretchers.
Cozy Beds is open with new hours and by appointment. Cozy Beds specializes in electric adjustable beds and genuine latex mattress sets. And you can get yours at a huge discount. Cozy Beds on the corner of Shasta and Esplanade.
Discover Más Amor Mexican restaurant in downtown Chico and experience our warm hospitality and quality dishes. We can't wait to welcome you and make you feel at home in our charming corner of Chico. From sizzling dishes to refreshing drinks, our menu features flavorful favorites made with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We have something for everyone. Our restaurant is linked to a catering business, and we expanded to offer a welcoming space for friends and families to gather. So, what are you waiting for? Head on down to Más Amor today, located at 300 Broadway Street.
welcome back to the Freedom Stretch with Richard Baum. For all of you that are on the go, life is so busy today. Whether you're a working mother, or you are you're constantly in activities, it's just so hard to find time to work out. Why is this so optimal for people on the go?
Yeah, that's so true, Jack. You know, the Freedom Stretch is designed for everybody on whatever level they desire to experience it. And although we do have 25 exercises, if you were going to do them straight through, you can do them in about 15 or 20 minutes. However, first of all, it's a great way to start your day. You want to get going, you want to get amped up a little bit, you want to get the muscles loose, you want to stimulate the spine, stimulate the brain. This is actually going to start that off for you. And so you can do it during the day, you can do it when after your keyboard, you can do it when you get home at night, relieve the tension in the muscles, get you feeling relaxed, get you feeling good again. Freedom Stretch will do that, because we call it Freedom Stretch because it's freedom of mobility, freedom from at least some or all the pain that you have, and freedom to lead the kind of life you want to lead.
I like that so much. What I also like about it is this could be something that the whole family does together. Let's talk a little bit about the tool, because I know we use dowels, okay?
Yeah. A martial arts stick is how since I was in Japan, I did martial arts, and so the stick is very prominent there. So we use a stick, so it can be hardwood, it can be polycarbonate is a nice choice, or it can even be PVC pipe.
If you got some PVC laying around, you don't have to wait till you go to a wood store and get your dowels. But the reason why I bring it up as a family, something that the family can do together, is you guys can do this in the backyard. When freedom stretching is not just about the freedom of how to loosen up the body and how to really get your body in shape and work on the spine, but the freedom of where you do this. You can do this in your backyard. You could have your younger kids with their dowels doing it, all the way up to grandma and grandpa that live out back. You all can do this as a family activity, which I find so special, because in today's world, Richard, it's so hard to find an activity that the whole family can do together. That's a great point, Jack. It's true. And no matter where you find yourself, I mean, even at work, if you can bring a stick to work,
if you can't, you could even use a length of rope in place of the stick. It won't be quite as good because this is a form of resistance training. And so that's important to note, that we're not just moving our arms and legs, we're actually doing resistance. And we can target all these muscles through the body. And if you start to do freedom stretch exercises, you'll see there's a smooth flow of energy contraction and relaxation as you go through your whole body. One movement simple like that, we could do it, be tense and tight and move like that, or we can let it flow. I'm using my back muscles, lower back, shoulder muscles, all these muscles. And so if we do it with a slight resistance, we're actually toning and activating these muscles. And we want to get it so familiar with it that in your daily activities, whether you're painting the house, you're washing dishes, no matter what you're doing, you can actually use these freedom stretch developed muscles to perform your task. And you're going to find you're going to do it easier, and if you're working on the yard, you're going to be less fatigued and less sore the next day.
You're on to something, because let me tell you, Richard, after last weekend's workout with Freedom Stretch, I find myself implementing all of those in my everyday activities. We're going to talk more about everyday activities and how Freedom Stretch can help you when we come back. We'll be right back.
Freedom Stretch can actually get in there and get you to be aware of all this muscle complex and be able to synchronize them, because in Freedom Stretch, we teach you how to activate these muscles horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. So in all situations, real life, sports, etc., you're going to have this ability to coordinate really well. And that's what makes top athletes really up there where they are. If you started to become aware of what the benefits of Freedom Stretch are, you can actually do a few minutes of Freedom Stretch, and it'll improve your electrical energy flow, your blood flow, and you're actually going to start to feel more invigorated. And in many cases, you'll be able to say, you know, I don't really want that snack. I was thinking I needed it, but now I feel even better than I could have after that, high sugar snack. So in that regard, Freedom Stretch can really help with weight loss. Ladies can look so beautiful when they have good posture. When they tend to slump, they're not looking at their best. And so it's a very basic thing, but a very simple thing to be able to pick up on when you start doing Freedom Stretch, because that's one of our main beliefs, is that your spine is your core. Your spine activates best when you're in a position of good posture. And so by doing that, you're going to be healthier, but you're also going to be more attractive looking. So your real beauty will start to shine forth. Yeah, a lot of times we get into the kind of a dull mind syndrome, and a lot of times it's due to the lack of circulation through the body. When you start doing Freedom Stretch, we're actually pumping the fluid through the spine. It's going to go up and stimulate the cranial nerves and the cranial fluid in the brain. It's going to make you more sharp, more clear, more focused, and be able to manifest who you really are. And so that's another benefit of Freedom Stretch.
Welcome back, and thank you all again for tuning into the Jack Show. Again, Freedom Stretch is for everybody watching. And I am not the biggest exercise workout person in the world, but when I did Freedom Stretch, I found myself feeling so much better in just everything that I do, whether it's walking to the car, whether it was yard work. Why is that?
You were positively radiant after you were doing the exercises in the class. And the reason for that is your spine, we think of it primarily as a communication of neural impulses. We have 31 spinal nerves, we have cranial nerves, all is interactive. But in addition, there's a much more esoteric meaning of it all. We store up energy in our spine. Even our past experiences get stored up in our spine. So when we do Freedom Stretch, we're actually able to start releasing on the mental, emotional, and even spiritual levels.
It's getting deep there, Richard. So a lot of you at home don't realize it's just not muscular.
Exactly. It's all interrelated, and certain people have a tenseness just about them. you know, and it's not necessarily their fault. I mean, life is difficult for a lot of people. And so by doing something such as freedom stretch, we can start to move these, the vertebrae, move all the muscles which have become locked down. We want to free them up. And so that our whole mind, our whole consciousness, our whole inner feeling has a chance to expand, and we can become the people we were meant to be.
What a light bulb moment, y'all. That is a light bulb moment because, and I'm getting chills right now thinking about it, mental health is a crisis in our country today and all around the world. From childhood trauma to addiction.
Yes.
You know, the Jack Show has spent a lot of time trying to change lives and bring awareness to all of you at home. Freedom Stretch can actually help with mental health, is what you're saying.
Yes, definitely can. It's a great release. You're pumping fluid through your spine, you're relieving blockages, you're getting more cranial fluid pumping as well. You're actually, so that's a huge benefit, but you're also pulsing through the lymph system. You're getting all the blocked stagnant energy out. You're pumping blood. And you're activating all the electrical channels. Since I have done acupuncture for years, you're opening up the electrical current through your arms and then consequently through the whole body.
The benefits literally are endless. And the more I talk to you, and me and Richard have spent some time together, but the more time we spend together, the more I realize how much more is impacted just by your exercise program and routine. I want to talk about the exercise program and routine right now because it is available to all of you at home today. So go to freedomstretch.com, order your DVD, your digital copy on Vimeo. It's got everything that Richard has talked about on the show today is in detail if you order now. Richard, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for on behalf of so many people that you've helped already and how many people you can look forward to helping in the future. The Jack Show has always wanted to be informative. You know, we cover a lot of entertainment, but one of my biggest things is changing your life. And it's because of people like you that have created something that a lot of us didn't even know exists, and now today you know it exists. This show is brought to you as well by our good friends at Cozy Beds. They specialize in genuine latex mattresses, and they are the exclusive North State dealer for electropedic beds right here in Chico. So please reach out to Cozy Beds. So now you're going to be exercising well, you're going to be stretching well, and now you're going to sleep well. But I thank you all for watching and taking the time. Again, whether it's stress, mental health, physical, it can be in the morning when you wake up. It can also be something that you do after a strenuous workout or that day on the lake wakeboarding. Freedom Stretch is for everyone. We encourage all of you to become Freedom Stretchers. Richard, again, thank you so much for sharing your invention with us, really.
Thank you
your techniques.
Yes.
And we look forward to having you back on the show hopefully soon to talk about some of these results.
All right. Thanks for allowing me to be here, Jack. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you all again at home. Don't forget to visit freedomstretch.com. Order now. You can also go to thejackshow.com and find their link. Thank you all for watching again. We'll see you right back here on The Jack Show.